and welcome back to our NCAA football win total series. We are moving on in the SEC, and we're on to LSU. And man, LSU's just been consistent. Nick Saban showed up there in 2000. He won a national title in 2003. Les Miles got one in 2007. Ed Orgeron got one in 2019. They made bowl games all the way from 2000 through 2019. 2025 and 5 should have made a bowl game. COVID issues there, or should have been in a bowl game. COVID issues there. Then 2021, 6-6, and Ed Orgeron is shown the door. 2022, Brian Kelly shows up. He goes 10-4 with a Citrus Bowl win, and that brings us to last year. They open up with a 45-24 loss to Florida State. Then they beat Grambling at Mississippi State and Arkansas. They would lose against Ole Miss 55-49. Then they beat Missouri on the road, beat Auburn, beat Army 62-0. They lost at Alabama, but then would beat Florida, Georgia State, and Texas A&M to end the year. They would go to the ReliaQuest Bowl, where they beat Wisconsin 35-31. It'd be a 10-3 season in Brian Kelly's second season there. Defense was an issue last year, so they changed defensive coordinators. They've also got a lot to replace on offense. We start with that. It's going to be Grant Nussmeier in at quarterback, veteran who's seen time over the last 3 years, big arm. They're very excited about him. He's replacing Jaden Daniels, and he should be pretty good. He has experience, should be solid. LSU's got to replace receivers as well. Mason Taylor's a good tight end. They have Chris Hilton's going to be the deep threat. And then they bring in C.J. Daniels from Liberty, who was just awesome last year with 10 touchdowns. Running backs, also something they need to replace. Logan Diggs is off to Ole Miss. So they have the combination of Josh Williams, Kalen Jackson, and John Emery to get things moving there. But the big thing, this O-line's fantastic. Will Campbell's on the left side. He may be a top 5 pick next year. Emory Jones is on the right side. He could be a first-round pick as well. They have a good center in DJ Chester. They have some good guards. This offensive line could be elite this year. The defense wasn't great last year, though. As I said, they gave up over 2,000 yards rushing, something that has to be better this year. And so they brought in a new defensive coordinator. They have tackles, Jacobian Gilroy and Jalen Lee, both over 300 pounds, big, quick-moving guys. They also have Savion Jones on the end. That's 280 pounds that also can move fast. That should help that run defense. Harold Perkins is one of the best pass rushers in the nation. 13 sacks, 26 tackles of loss over his last 2 years. They also have Greg Pennant, linebacker, second on the team with 89 stops. Pass defense was bad last year, but they do have some experience coming back and some transfer. Major Burns led the team with 93 stops last year. They bring in Jordan Gilbert from Texas A&M to help out at the safety spot. They have some talent at corner. Freshman P.J. Woodland should be a factor this year, as should Ashton Stamps on the other side. When we look at the schedule, there's definitely a lot of winnable games, but it does not start easy. September 1st against USC in Las Vegas. I do lean win in this game. Grant Nussmeier has more experience than the USC quarterback. I think that's just going to be the difference in that one. I give it to USC. September 7th, they get Nichols at home, or give it to LSU. Sorry, September 7th, they have Nichols at home. That's going to be a win. At South Carolina on September 14th, that's going to be a win. Then September 21st, they get UCLA. That will be a win, I believe, at home as well. And then September 28th, they have South Alabama coming to them. That should be a win. October 5th is a bye. And then October 12th, they're coming off a bye. They're at home against Ole Miss. But Ole Miss got them last year, and they do typically have a slip-up midseason. I'm going to lean loss in that one. October 19th, they're at Arkansas. That will be a win. October 26th, they're on the road at Texas A&M. I'm going to lean loss in that one as well. Then they have a bye to prepare for Alabama November 9th. I think the offensive line is going to be the difference in this one. I give them a win over Alabama. November 16th, they're at Florida. Lean win there. Vanderbilt, November 23rd. That's a win. And then finally, November 30th at home to close out the season against Oklahoma. That's a win. They dodge Georgia. They dodge Texas. They dodge Tennessee. I think the schedule is definitely favorable for LSU. I have them between 9 and 10 wins. I think they could get Ole Miss. They could get Texas A&M, but then they could lose to Alabama. They could maybe lose to USC, but I'm going to give them 9 to 10 wins. The over/under is placed between 9.5 or 9. We're going to go ahead and take an over 9. I think at worst case we're pushing. It's sitting at Caesars at -115, and that's going to be our pick in this one. Over 9 wins, -115. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.